During the late 1960s and early 1970s, Jim Croce was the voice of America's working class, with huge hits like Operator. At the height of his career, in September 1973, Croce's life was cut short in a plane crash, leaving behind his wife Ingrid and then 2-year-old son Adrian James, also known as A.J. While growing up in San Diego, the younger Croce was inspired to follow in his father's footsteps, exploring music, and was influenced by artists beyond his father.
I had lost my sight as a kid, and I got turned on to Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder, and from there I sort of went backwards. Even though I was listening to the radio and listening to Rod Stewart or Stones or Lennon, McCartney, ELO or Elton John in the 70s. And playing along on whatever was top 40, you know. With my transistor radio, I would listen to it and play along, but it was a natural thing to go backwards. So I went from, you know, Ray Charles and Nat Cole and Charles Brown and Little Brother Montgomery and even further back, you know, into the gospel stuff and into the jazz stuff like Art Tatum, and further back from Art Tatum like Fats Waller, James B. Johnson, Willie the Lion Smith, all those guys. And then I was also I was hugely influenced by rock and roll like Little Richard and stuff. And that was like the catalyst to going back further into the way that was played.
After high school, Croce embarked on a career in music, playing in bars and at special events.
I got a call to go out on the road with B.B. King, and that was it. You know, I mean, I was already playing 4 nights a week and knew that's what I was going to do for a living. I just hadn't had the opportunity to do anything, and so that was the start. And then I got to go out with Ray Charles and with opening for Aretha and James Brown and all these heroes of mine.
Today, Croce has 9 solo albums to his credit, including his latest effort, Just Like Medicine.
By my circumstances, someone gave me hope, my mommy. Joy has his heaven sent, cures just like medicine.
Nearly 45 years after his father's death, the younger Croce is rediscovering his dad's music with covers of the classics in concert, something that he resisted for most of his career.
Operator, could you help me please? It's called seating double on the bass book is old and faded.
Part of that was just becoming a better guitar player. I recognized the things that we had in common. We actually played the same songs without ever knowing it.
Guys just says you knew it and sometimes hated.
Put this show together called 2 Generations of American Music, which allows me to, you know, play that music that connects us, and play, you know, his music and play my music, and connect those 2 things, and it's really enjoyable.
Trouble showed up in my name.
Croce even played his father's final song for his new album, Name of the Game, which existed only as a demo. He recorded the song with country artist Vince Gill.
It was a pleasure. He came in for the love of music.
Name of the game I play.
This is probably the only time that I'll have a chance to really be creatively collaborative with my father. I'm much older than he is now at this point in my life, and I just felt like, you know, this is a really nice way that we can find this collaboration, because it was, you know, a really rough demo. It was just, you know, written in the living room and recorded on a cassette. Everyone in the room was really there, and with that, you know, I wanted everyone to hear the demo. I wanted everyone to also listen to a couple of his tracks that were similar, that people know, and then say, okay, now we've got the soul of it. Let's do it our way, and let's figure out a way that makes it fun for us to play.
In addition to working with Gill, Croce enlisted an A-list of top-rated musical talent on his new album, including Stax Records guitarist Steve Cropper on the powerful single The Heart That Makes Me Whole, co-written with the late Leon Russell.
Give me back the heart that made me whole. Give me back the heart that made me whole.
With that one, it kept on changing. It was one of the few songs that we wrote that really sort of went back and forth for a while, and started off as one thing and ended up a stronger song with the collaboration. I think it was the first single. Yeah, you know, I feel like an old man in this modern world of releasing stuff. You release, you know, these sort of teasers through Rolling Stone or No Depression or Mojo or different magazines and whatnot. And Huffington Post had one this time, and there were all these different places that were releasing them, and I was going, well, we just gave half the record away, you know. And then you release the record, and it's on Spotify, and people can just listen to it whenever they want.
Give me back the heart that made me whole. How did I get by?
Just Like Medicine is a departure for Croce, who wanted to make his new album sound like a real soul record.
I started this writing session with a gentleman named Dan Penn, who's a well-known songwriter and producer, and so we did it mono, like the old records, but we did it mono for new reasons, because everyone listens to their phones and they listen to their laptops and their iPads. And I said, Dan, do you want to do this? Are you into it? And he said, sure, let's do it.
Having some good time.
Over the past 25 years, Croce has been touring nearly non-stop in support of his albums.
You won't make the same mistake.
Croce also runs his own recording label, Seedling Records, which discovers and nurtures upcoming talent.
Seedling was initially just a home for my catalog, you know, for all my records, and then it became a place for up-and-coming artists. And I just really wanted to develop it and give them a home, because I embrace stuff that's outside the box, like myself. You know, I never fit into a group. I'm not a joiner per se. You know, and I wanted to do something unique every time I did it. I wanted to play something that I hadn't played before, written before. I wanted to challenge myself to become a better writer or become a better musician. I love it. I love playing for people. You know, I don't see any reason to stop it. I'm grateful for what I do, and I'm grateful to be able to play all over the world and be able to make a living playing music.
Give me back the heart that made me whole.